Hey, this is Lucho again. Here I am in this sort of auto therapy that I'm doing. You could call it chapter 2. Doesn't really matter. This is just me sharing my thoughts for whoever cares. Um, I feel like I'm gonna talk about forgiveness today. Again, all of these things are just my thoughts. It's not that I know a lot about these things. I'm just trying to be fair, trying to make sense of everything that is happening, everything that has happened in my life too. Forgiveness is not for everybody, in the sense that it is a very difficult thing to do sometimes. Obviously, it's easy, when it's a friend, when it's somebody that, let's say you don't really care that much, but when it's somebody that has a different influence in your life, or is very close to you, or you really care about, it is a whole different story. But I also believe that being able to forgive and to truly try to forget also, because I don't think that forgetting is impossible. I believe that you could actually, after forgiving, you could give yourself an opportunity and try to build new memories with that person if you truly forgive somebody. But I think that forgiving is a very special thing to do. It requires a very well developed heart, and it is just for high quality people, for somebody that really believes in changing and understanding that we all make mistakes. And of course you could be Christian about this and understand that you gotta forgive in order to be forgiven. But until recently, I didn't know how painful it could be to ask somebody for forgiveness and not receiving it. Recently, I sincerely apologized to some people actually, that I really care about. And it completely broke my heart to feel the rejection and misunderstanding all my words and intentions. And I realized that the feeling of not receiving forgiveness hurts as much as the wound you left, and it actually never heals nobody when those things happen. Not that I am extremely righteous and I haven't done this before. Of course, it's been difficult to forgive other people before in my life for different reasons. But I also remember all the times where either somebody sincerely asked for forgiveness to me, or I received forgiveness from somebody that I care about, and is almost as beautiful as receiving love, like I spoke before on the other video. Just a little story about my family. A long time ago, something very bad happened. Somebody made a mistake, and I'm not gonna name nobody, but I'm just gonna say that a member of my family was trying to hurt someone else, and somehow I ended up being the person who got in the middle and got really hurt. Long story short, I almost died. I ended up in the hospital with no vital signs, and lost my conscience for a while, long time. And that actually left some defects on my brain, where the brain controls the emotions, and I developed this weird cough when I am very stressed. So I've been dealing with this for a lot of years, and there was consequences. But somehow somebody in my family told me the story and kind of like put everything together, and realized who the person was and how the things apparently went down. And My reaction was just to, I don't know, I don't even know how, to be honest with you. I just had this desire of letting that go. I couldn't feel, I don't know if I am too weird, but I couldn't feel the need of just hurting back that person. My automatic reaction, obviously after a period of being confused and really understanding the purpose and the reasons why this person will go through that situation like that, but I understood what type of heart I had, and I thank God for it, because I sincerely forgave that person, and eventually that person approached me and apologized for everything, and that felt really, really amazing. But it was not even close as when not long ago my dad pretty much apologized for all the mistakes he made through my life, and it was sincere and it was beautiful, and it was the first time when he say things that I never heard before. Not only that he loved me, but that he was proud and all those things. That apology was such a blessing for me. Recently, something very similar happened with my mom. Somebody that I love helped to kind of like reestablish my relationship with my mom, and it worked out very well. And for me to have my mom as one of my biggest support right now in this season, that is pretty much one of the worst seasons of my life, it's priceless to have my mom next to me, praying for me, and having that close relationship came out of a situation where both parts decided to just let go about the past and just forgive each other and move on and just rebuild. But I also remember things that I have done that after asking for forgiveness and not receiving it completely broke my heart. And I'm going through a very tough situation right now where I'm kind of like paying for my mistakes, sort of thing. And my heart really craves forgiveness, and for people to even just try to understand that I actually never had the intentions of hurting anybody, that I'm being honest, at least. The person that I love the most did the most painful thing that I could ever imagine, completely shattered my heart, and I cannot think about anything else but to forgive her. I don't care the reasons why she had to do such a thing. I guess I gotta understand. Robert Mueller said one time, to forgive is the highest, most beautiful form of love. In return, you will receive untold peace and happiness. Well, I'm still waiting for the happiness, I guess. But I forgive. And I don't care whatever people did to me. For some people, it's all about pride. Some people rather hurt back as a defensive response, and they don't realize not only it doesn't heal anybody, but it just makes things worse. And when somebody apologizes to you and you don't forgive, that is just gonna add up a more complicated situation in the future, and then it's gonna come to you again. And you gotta exercise forgiveness, because it's like a muscle. It's not that it's just gonna come out of you like that. For some people, they need to exercise more, and when you see the little things and you don't do it, those little things are gonna add to bigger things, and then bigger things, and then somebody's really gonna hurt you, and you're still gonna have the same task of forgiving. And regardless of the plans for you that you have for what friends you want to hang out with, what relationship you want to keep, what decisions you have in your life, forgiving, truly forgiving, and making peace with everybody, it's something that is always a blessing. It's always good for you. It always helps, and it always makes you a better human. I know how it feels. I know how it feels when you're really hurt and and nothing happens. It's kind of like the person just leaves you there to deal with it by yourself. It sucks. But again, forgiveness requires love. And when you exercise that, it gives you love. And if there's one thing I have right now, is real love in my heart. Compassion. And I understand the most crazy people in this world, because I've done things I never thought, I would never imagine that I would have done without even trying to truly hurt nobody. I completely understand. And if you're one of those persons that, people just got tired of you, people just, gave up on you because you make too many mistakes, or you keep doing the wrong thing, but now you really have a heart of repentance and you wanna change your life somehow, let me tell you that you're not alone. Not only God is gonna forgive you, but somehow, if you believe in God, that day is gonna come to you. And of course, mistakes have consequences, but at some point you're gonna be released from that. At some point you're gonna have the grace to stop doing the mistakes, and you're gonna receive the forgiveness that you crave so bad. But I really learned to not judge, because you never know, man. You never know when life is gonna make you do something crazy. Even having a good heart. So I'm really wondering at this point, who is actually really crazy? The ones with a pure heart, or the ones that never forgive? The ones that are just too good to understand the weird ones? I just wonder.